What's going on, guys? Mr. Domo back at it again. And so like I promised, I wanted to do a update video or kind of showing the progress of my last 17 action figures from Kenner's, the Kenner Star Wars action figures. And here I have all 10. These are the last 17 figures. I'm missing 7 so far, so I have 10 here all laid out. And of course they all been graded by AFA being the Action Figure Authority, where I sent in my vintage Kenner Star Wars action figures to get graded. And so here's all 10 of them. Of course, a couple days ago I just received Han Solo with the Carbonite, and so what I'm gonna do is pretty much start from the top, going and working my way down to the bottom with the Ewoks. So this is kind of how I display them right now in my IKEA DTOF display shelf. And so the problem that I could see myself running into, as you can see, there's a top shelf that I have available, so 4 usually fit kind of comfortable, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit all 17. So if you guys have any solutions or ideas out there on how to display these guys in the IKEA DTOF shelf, let me know in the comments below. It'll be, I really appreciate it. I just don't know how I'm gonna put all 17. The first 12, they fit really nicely here, so I usually have 3 on each row, and then of course that's 4 rows, so it makes the first 12. But with the 17, I can see how I'm gonna run into some issues, because just like Han Solo with the Carbonite, it's obviously a bigger case, so you can see he's kind of taking up 2 slots here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there, but let's just go ahead and run down the 10 that I got so far, and just to show you where I'm at. So starting with the first one here, of course this is the R2-D2 unit with the pop-up Saber. So there's the Saber, and of course he's got like a little hole right there where the Saber goes into, and then inside his body there's a spring, so you could just push down on it and then it pops up the Saber, which is a really cool R2-D2 unit. I think it's one of my favorites. So let me show you the label here. So this is a 1984 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, R2-D2 with the pop-up Saber, and he received a 75 plus, which is not too bad. It's a really good score. Obviously the figure itself is really minty. It's just that, as you could tell, the sticker has that yellowing, and that's really common with these guys, with these R2s. The sticker starts to become yellow, and then from there on out, it kind of brings the grade lower. But overall, I think it's a really good score. There's a side and then of course the back, but the sticker's intact. It's just yellow, and that's just what happens over time. And then of course it depends how these guys were kind of stored. If they're near the sun or anything like that, or there's a sunlight, then it starts to get that yellow. But really cool figure. And of course, this is the R2-D2 unit right there, part of the last 17. And like I said before in my previous videos, you're gonna see that it's really common for these last 17 to have no country of origin. That's just how they were made back in the day. So the second one here, now this is the Imperial Dignitary, which is really odd action figure to be made by Kenner, because this guy really had like maybe 10 to 15 seconds of like screen time. And so I don't know, they went with it, and Kenner was like, let's make an action figure first. So there it is. And of course this guy right here is really common for having his rub nose paint like being rubbed off there. And I don't know if this because how he was packaged, and if his face was just kind of pushed up against the bubble, and of course him moving around in that bubble, it starts to rub off the paint. So that is really common. So just be careful if you are looking out for one of these guys. But I think the color and everything looks really cool. Let me show you the grade here. So this is a 1984 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, and this is the Imperial Dignitary, and he received an 85, so really good score. Really interesting figure to be made. But as you can see, like at the bottom limbs here, it looks like it's a solid piece, but it actually moves. But really cool figure. So there's the second one. Now the third one kind of has the same kind of mode, where the bottom limbs are kind of look like one piece, but they actually move. And of course this is Anakin Skywalker, and of course if you've seen the Return of the Jedi, this is kind of his his Force ghost appearance at the end, and really cool figure. And this one kind of received a bad grade, not too bad, but it was a little bit lower. So let me show you the label. So this is a 1985 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Anakin Skywalker. And you know, I didn't see it when I turned them in to AFA for grading, but after he got cleaned up, you can see there at the bottom limbs that it's all scuffed up, and then of course here at the hair you can see that the paint rubbed off. So but these guys are easy to find, so maybe down the road, if you know, if my OCD kicks in and I need to get them a higher grade, then I'll probably just replace them. But really cool figure, and like I said, you know, they made a figure out of it, even though, you know, he was part of that, you know, at the very end of the Return of the Jedi. So the fourth one, and this is a really cool figure, this is Lando in his general pilot outfit. And this guy is really cool because I love the outfit, and then I love that he comes with his little cape there, and then he's got the Palace blaster. Now these blasters, just finding it alone, I mean, they go for some money, so it's ridiculous just the accessories alone. But you got to be aware of those repos, you know, out there and stuff like that. And so he does have his Palace blaster there, and of course, let me show you the label. So this is a 1985 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Lando general pilot, and he received an 80+ near mint score. So really cool, but really cool figure there. And of course, he is part of the last 17. So let me see. So the fifth one here is Barda, and you know, he's one of the goons there, and he does have kind of like his I guess I want to say like a staff there, but that's his accessories, and then he's got a little backpack in the back there. But you know, of course, again, they made him part of the last 17 figures, but really interesting, cool little bulldog face there. And so let me show you the label here. So this is a 1985 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Barda, and he received an 80, so near mint score, but really cool. And of course, you know, I love the new AFA accessory holder there. They're not just taping it on the side of this, like they'll make like a wall here. So that's one thing that I'm loving about doing this last 17 collection, is that they're all being graded now with the new AFA accessory holder. So I love it. So there he is, and of course the one that I just did a couple of days ago, this is Han Solo. Of course, he's been working out. I don't know how he got his neck that huge, but he did it. And so there's Han Solo, and of course there's the Carbonite, which is a really cool piece there. Let me show you the other side. So look at that, that is a really cool piece. So here is Han Solo with his Carbonite, and let me show you the label here. So this is a 1984 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Han Solo in Carbonite, and he received an 80+, so near mint score, so really good. And so I love how they did this. They just pretty much did a kind of like a individual, you know, acrylic case just for the Carbonite, and then they pretty much put that into a bigger acrylic case for Han Solo, and then to put the other acrylic case into it. So really cool. I love how they did that. So it's really nice. So that is a cool piece, and like I said, that is probably the hugest ones. I think Animaniman is gonna be a bigger piece than this dude because he's a big figure, and so he's the one that I'm missing right now. I think that's how you say his name, but yeah. So the last ones here are all the Ewoks that are pretty much, these are not all the Ewoks that Kenner released, but these are the 4 Ewoks that are considered the last 17 lineup. And so the first one here is Pablo, and of course there he is, there's little Pablo there, and he has his staff there. And I really dig this staff accessory holder here, because unlike Barda here where it's kind of got 2 clamps there, this one has like its own kind of like custom one, which is really nice, you know. So that is a really cool one. So let me show you the label here. So this is a 1984 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Pablo, and he received an 80, so near mint score, so really good score. And so there his Ewok butt there and all that. So really cool figure there. And of course the next Ewok here is Lumat, and so he has the bow there. And this is how I like how they did this one. So they pretty much put like 2 clamps there at the end of the bow, so that's really cool. And then there he's got his hood, he's got his little bag with the, you know, quiver. And so really cool figure. And this one is a 1984 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Lumat, and he received a 75 plus. I don't know why, you know, every time I look at this guy, and I'm thinking it's the bottom limbs. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does seem a little bit off color compared to his main torso. And then of course, it's kind of weird to see. I don't know why he really received that 75. Is it maybe his legs? I don't know. But anywho, that's what he got. He got a 75. Still a good score for that little guy. And then of course, you know, here we have Roomba, and so he's also got a staff, a different kind of staff, more like a spear there with the arrowhead. And so this is a cool guy. He's got a little belly there, so he's been eating a lot there. Kind of a little fatty there. But so yeah, we got a 1985 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Roomba, and of course he received a 75. Again, I'm kind of I think it's the limbs. I think the limbs are a little bit discolored compared to the torso, as you can see it right there. So I can see why the score is a little low, but overall I think that's great. I mean, I don't really see a lot of paint rub. I mean, it looks really good, it's intact. And I know before I sent him off, like, he was pretty still. Like, another thing that will, you know, bring this gray down with these action figures, if they're loose. So if their limbs are just kind of swinging all over the place, then that will bring down the score. But I think I remember this guy was pretty tight. I think they were all pretty tight. I don't remember any of them being that loose. So he got a 75, so not too bad. And of course, the last one here, this is Warrock, and again, another Ewok with the bow and then his quiver and all that. So really cool figure here. And this one got actually a good score too. He got an 80. So let me show you. So this is a 1985 Kenner Star Wars loose action figure, no country of origin, Warrock, and he received an 80 near mint score. So again, really good score. But those other guys, I don't know. I think it's more with the limbs, the reason why their scores were kind of dropped a little bit. But really cool figure. And that's pretty much it. I mean, those are the 10 that I have so far. Like I said, I'm missing 7. So the one that I'm missing is, of course, the A-Wing pilot, which I actually just I'm about to send that over to AFA to get graded. And then of course the Amanaman or Amanamin or whatever, it's like a big weird lizard looking like creature. I'm missing him. And then of course I'm missing another droid, which is EV9D9, which is a tall, skinny, kind of weird looking one that was in the I want to say he was in a sand crawler in the movies. And then of course I'm missing the Imperial Gunner. And then of course I need 2 Lukes. There's one in a Stormtrooper outfit, and then there's one where he's got the indoor outfit with the poncho. And then the last one, which I'm definitely going to keep as or collect as the last one, is Yak Face. And that is going to be it. So that's going to be a very cool moment to get Yak Face, and then that will complete this last 17 run. And then after that, I don't know. I don't know where to go from here. Obviously, I do have my Focus collection still ongoing. So I have my Boba Fett, I still have my R2D2, my 3CPO, and then of course my Jawas. And so, you know, I still have my Focus ones, but I think after this, I don't know if I'm gonna move on to another one or just keep on focusing on the other ones, because there is a lot of action figures out there, different variants that I want to collect, you know. So, but that's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. These, you know, this is right now my, you know, at 10 right now out of the 17, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So thanks for watching, thank you for the support, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I try to upload every week for you guys, and you know, just do review videos and collections and so forth. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you in the next video.